Alrighty, so you got it, man. Are you waiting? I just got done getting some freaking hotcakes from McDonald's. I haven't had those things since I was like 3. So it's definitely not the most nutritious meals. And I'm still kind of hungry after eating that because I feel like I didn't eat anything with any nutritional value. But it was very good, and it brought back a lot of memories, so I don't really care. What I was noticing when I was in there, though, is that I've eaten out a lot in my life. And I've worked in a lot of restaurants, and I've been a server before, and surprisingly, I got really great, awesome service at McDonald's, dude. Like, you wouldn't think that, you know, because these guys aren't getting paid in tips, like, they're getting paid from the company or whatever, McDonald's, and it's not as much, you know, as a server would make somewhere else. So you would think that eating out somewhere else, you'd get better service at a restaurant, you know, like Applebee's or wherever. And maybe Applebee's was a bad example. I don't know. I don't really go there very often, but, you know, your typical places. But they were really awesome there. I was really impressed. Because, I mean, I have to admit, if I was working there, I don't know if I'd be the happiest person, just because I feel like, what's the incentive? Like, you're going to get paid the same way either way, but, man, kudos to them. They did a really good job. I got a coffee for $1. And there are refills. Like, I contemplated going to Starbucks, but I was like, I'm just going to go by and see if they have those hotcakes. Because right now it's like 1:15 p.m. And I didn't know that they had that stuff on the menu. But they have an all-day breakfast thing, so I got 3 hotcakes and a piece of sausage and a cup of coffee that was refillable for like $5.29 or something like that with taxes, which isn't that bad. But I mean, I think McDonald's holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts, man. I had a couple birthday parties there growing up. You know, I had my first Whopper. I think it was Whopper. Is that there? No, Big Mac. They got the Big Mac. I had my first Big Mac there, and the Big Mac's been around forever. And they used to have that theme song. I don't remember how it went with the Big Mac, but I can remember because I stuck my head in the trash can and vomited every bit because I don't like the little onions that they put on there. And there's onions in the sauce too. The secret sauce or the special sauce for the Big Mac. I was a really picky eater when I was little. And one of the things I most despised was onions. And, but yeah, I mean, great. And like, if you've ever watched, what's that movie? It's about McDonald's and like some guy who eats McDonald's for like a couple months or something like that, and his like blood pressure raises and he gets all these health risks and stuff from just eating McDonald's. Oh, Super Size Me. If you ever watch anything like that, it kind of turn you off to McDonald's, but I think anything in moderation, you know, when it comes to that type of stuff. I mean, your body can deal with it in moderation. It's not, sure, you know, you look at the numbers, like, the facts are that it's not the best for you if you eat it every day. But I mean, there's a lot of foods that you can eat every day that are bad for you. So I wouldn't rule out McDonald's just because of that. But forgot to put the cream and sugar in it, which I kind of like do that on my own anyway. When people do that, I'm kind of like, I mean, I can open up the packet and put how much in there. Like when they ask you how many creams you want or how many sugars, that's pretty personal for me. I can do that myself. Like, but they asked me if I wanted that done, so you know, I said sure. And whenever I got my food and everything, I sat down, and you know, McDonald's isn't it's a seat yourself type deal. Like you get your food and then you sit down and you eat it. You don't ask them for anything else. If you do ask them for anything else, you go up to the register. Like they don't come out to you. It's not like a dining experience, you know, like that. But so I was about to take my coffee and drink it, and the woman, she who took my order, she came out and she handed me some cream and some sugar and said, "Wait, before you take a sip of it, they forgot to put that in there," which I thought was pretty cool because like she didn't have to do that. She could have known and then left it in the back of her head because it wasn't her job to do that. She just took the order. Like it wasn't her job to prepare the meal. Like I could tell that they had different people for doing different things. So it could have totally been someone else's fault, but she took it upon herself to go and grab what I needed and bring it to me, which was like super cool. I don't know. I was just really taken back by that. When people do like random acts of kindness that don't benefit them at all, it kind of blows my mind because the world that we live in today is just so crazy. But yep, I don't know. You guys probably have your favorite McDonald's thing. I mean, it's an internationally known fast food thing. It's one of the 10,000-pound gorilla businesses. Like everyone knows McDonald's. Like everyone has to have eaten at McDonald's once. I don't care if you're a vegan or vegetarian or whatever. You know, if you gluten-free, whatever, you've eaten at McDonald's. No matter what diet you're on, lifestyle you've had, I would think. Unless you've been raised in some weird cult or something, then you might not have had the experience of McDonald's. But it's kind of a throwback for me because, like, I don't eat there very often. I actually ate there more as a kid growing up. We used to go to McDonald's 2 or 3 times a week, and I can remember it was because of the ball pit, really, like the playground and everything. That thing, I mean, I'm sure the health codes have increased and everything, you know, since then. But back in the 90s, the early 90s, that place was questionable, to say the least. You'd find some weird stuff in the ball pit. I can remember I got poked in the eye. I got my cornea scratched. Some part of my eye scratched really bad by a little kid. And I had to wear an eye patch. And I was probably like 7 years old. There was this little kid crying. And me, you know, being like the older kid and like kind of trying to be a hero, I tried to help him down the slide. He was freaking out hysterically, like crying about, I don't know what was going on, but he didn't want to go down and he was afraid. He was having a temper tantrum up at the top. And his parents were down below, and you could tell they were like, "It's okay, honey." And they're too big to like get up in the slide, and he doesn't know what to do. So I'm like, "It's cool, I'll help you. I'll like slide down with you." So I like put my legs behind him and like tried to help. He started lashing out, freaking out, poked me in the eyeball. And it wasn't like a, it was like a, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Sliding down the slide, freaking out, in so much pain. I got to the bottom, I like pushed him off me, and I was like, Jesus Christ, you little bitch, like you fucking poked me in the eyeball. I didn't say that, I didn't use that language when I was little, but I was really hurting at that point, and I couldn't open up my eye very much, and I told my parents what happened. Needless to say, go to the doctor, get an eye patch. I had to wear that eye patch for like 2 months because of you little bastard, wherever you are. But it was an accident, I'm sure. I'm sure he didn't do it maliciously. He was little. I forgive you, I guess. Actually, I don't forgive you. I say how we make this even is, if you ever watch this video, I get to poke you in your eyeball. Then we're even. But yeah, that happened. A couple of birthday parties there. I don't really remember those. The most eventful times that happened to me at McDonald's were, number 1, vomiting when I had my first Big Mac in the trash can. Number 2, getting poked in the cornea or whatever part of my eyeball. Number 3, my grandma picks me up from school like she usually does. And my grandma's trying to be sweet, but obviously she doesn't know my likes and dislikes when it comes to food. And she gets me a McDonald's burger. This thing is loaded with onions on it. Like, Jesus Christ, like, it's almost like she knew that I didn't like onions and she asked them to put a lot of fucking onions on there. So I go to eat this thing and I bite into it and I'm not trying to tell Grandma about it. And I ate about half that burger and then I just told her, I said, Grandma, I don't like onions. After I'd eaten half of it. Never forget that. Ooh, this was a big thing when I was little, spitballs. I used to freaking tear that place up, man, with the spitballs. I used to take like 10 straws at a time and shove them in my pocket just so I could have a spitball, like, apparatus gun thing so I could, like, shoot spitballs everywhere. So, I don't know if you guys, when you were younger, spitballs was a big thing, but my number 4 thing at McDonald's would probably be spitballs. I used to cover up that window with spitballs. I feel bad for all the people that worked there that had to clean those things. I used to shoot random people, like, with my spitball when they were in line or whatever. Me and my friends would shoot each other. Like, spitballs were the frickin' thing when I was growing up. The creamers. I used to eat the creamers too. Just drink them. I didn't even drink coffee or anything like that. I just wanted the creamer. This video is getting pretty long. But yeah. Man, McDonald's has a special place in my heart. It really does. For better or for worse, McDonald's, to you, you've always made me smile since I can remember. Thanks, guys, for watching my videos. If you guys have any funny, like, memories about McDonald's, please leave them in the comments below or make your own video about it. I'd like to hear people's opinions on McDonald's. Thanks.